Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you all are doing well. I, Ali Salman, on behalf of Robotmea, Middle East, Africa, and Pakistan, warmly welcome you all on our today's session. In this session, we're discussing about the importance of STEAM education in the 21st century. The main purpose of this session is to see that how can we modernize and improve the ways of education that is taught in the 21st century. It not only gives students the opportunity to engage in practical learning, but also enhances their capacity for critical thinking. So let's understand what STEAM education actually is. STEAM is the progression of the original word STEM acronym, which is an integration of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This integration of arts into STEAM learning has given opportunity to educators in expanding the benefits of hands-on education and collaboration in a variety of promoting creativity and curiosity. The idea of STEAM movement is to enhance the framework by invoking a greater sense of creativity. The goal of STEAM-based learning is to help students develop the skill set of 21st century. So when they go to their schools or enter their maker spaces, they have a well-rounded set of skills that allows them to adopt an evolving and fast-paced environment. And for that, I have an inspiring personality with me today here. But before introducing her, let me tell you one thing, that it always gives me immense pleasure whenever I am around the people who realize the importance of education and who are working effortlessly for the real transformation of our youth. And our today's guest reflects all those qualities. She is serving as a principal of Crescent Model Higher Secondary School Girls Campus, Lahore, and has been perpetually striving to provide the best of her social experiences to her learning community. Of course, this has only been made possible with her 25 years of experience as an educationist. Taking a walk down the memory lane, her initial exposure to the real world starts with her participation in extracurricular activities during her student life. This exposure was further fostered during her years at the Government College Lahore, from where she earned MSc in zoology. She later earned a postgraduate certificate and MSc in education with distinction from the Strathclyde University, Scotland. Ms. Sofia Qadir Khan has played an important role in implementing STEAM education in Crescent Model Higher Secondary School, where 9 discovery and innovation labs were established to integrate technology as a central part of curriculum, and more than 8,000 students are enrolled under this program, which gives them opportunity to adopt the skill set pertaining for the Industry 4.0. So without wasting our further time, let's welcome our today's guest speaker, Ms. Sofia Qadir Khan. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah. Ali, how are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you. So, ma'am, before we discuss about the insights of STEAM education and the initiative that you guys have taken in your school, let's discuss that you had been in the educational sector for the last 25 years. So how was your experience in this sector till now?
Well, yes, I've been in this field from last 25 years, but that doesn't make me very old because since I'm surrounded by very young people, so I'm very young as far as my spirits are concerned. And anyway, um, my experience in this field has been excellent because I have always been a person who would go for more experimentation and who would go for innovation and who would seek always creativity and who would like to instill that creativity among the student body as well, believing in the notion that all um, are the leaders. Anybody can become a leader. We try to wherever I have been, I've tried to develop a student body who is dynamic and who is ready to take the role of leadership
Exactly.
in their respective fields.
Exactly.
So it has been a wonderful experience working with young children, working with the youth. So it means that it is the school actually that brings change in
Exactly.
its true spirits. So we are trying to do our best in that regard.
No, ma'am, exactly. It's very nice of you to say that, and it is certain that we are learning a lot from you today. And we know we are witness to that you guys are already doing wonders in your school. So moving towards our first question, ma'am, let me ask you that how you see STEAM education is helping students in achieving 21st century skills.
Well, for that, I must say that we need to work around this rapidly changing environment, which is not being changed locally but globally. And I believe locally it's not rather that rapid, but globally the things are changing very rapidly. In order to cope with the situation, I'm thankful to the Crescent School management, higher management, that they do not hesitate to provide us with the resources, to provide us with whatever we demand, if only the outcomes are as desired. So in Crescent, in last 7 years, Alhamdulillah, we have tried in every aspect to equip our children with the latest techniques and equip our teachers also through professional development courses, the latest teaching methodologies and the latest resources which were available in the market as maximum as possible. But here I would definitely say that as far as the skills are concerned, the 21st century skills, developing these skills like collaboration, problem solving, critical thinking, these are the basic requirements of our future generation if they want to be successful in their lives. Here at Crescent, we believe in being progressive, and that is why we try to provide them with everything that is required. It is very important for them to develop these skills if they have to compete in the open market globally. We realize the importance of it, and as far as STEAM is concerned, STEAM is the way to develop these skills. If we are following STEAM, then these skills are developing among the students automatically.
Exactly, ma'am. Obviously, skill development is the least focused area in most of our schools, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And as rightly
yeah,
said by you, that STEAM education helps students to develop both soft and hard skill set. So moving towards
yeah.
our next question, ma'am, what strategies Crescent School is adopting for preparing their kids for the fourth industrial revolution?
As far as the fourth industrial revolution is concerned, it is all about giving more challenge to the students. It is all about getting them familiar with the latest technologies and
Obviously.
technological advancements, and it is all about making them aware of their surrounding and bringing solutions to the problems which are being faced today. In order to cope with the world around, we were in search of certain programs, and we were continuously in search of certain resources because in Pakistan, there are not many platforms. I'm talking about pre-COVID era. There were not many platforms that were providing these kind of resources, but fortunately, but we kept looking for right package which would be the most suitable for our children. And then we came across Robotmea, where by we could there was a balance. There was it's a kind of package that includes academic resources as well as the uh, that proves to be helpful in developing hard and soft skills both. So then, of course, we adopted it, and it worked for our children. Before that, even now in the classes where it is not introduced, we are, and before introducing it in our junior classes, we had our own program whereby the students used to go for practical things, to live experimentations, whereby we used to call the parents. They used to come and watch their children doing some experimentation at certain level. But Robotmea is a whole package, so that has given us that ease which we wanted to have. And yes, for us it was ease, but for the children it was challenge. So we tried to give them this due challenge, and I'm sure that the outcome is going to be fantastic.
Inshallah, inshallah. So, ma'am, futuristic thinking is the key to success for school leaders. And your vision and strategies clearly depict that you guys are already doing a wonderful job in inculcating the right skill set. So let me ask you one more thing, that how STEAM education helps Crescent schools in developing entrepreneurial mindsets and problem solving skills.
Well, as far as before coming to this point, I would like to add here that we did not, we at Crescent did not keep ourselves behind when there was this COVID spread. What we did during that time, within first 3 months, we switched our whole school into the online school, and it was not, of course, easy. Our whole school is both the campuses, girls and boys, they were digitalized. You know,
Yes.
all the classes were digitalized, and of course, it was a huge project. But since it was the need of the hour, we did that. Now coming to STEAM, of course, that played a very important role later on when we introduced robotics in our in our campuses. We were already ready for that. The equipment, of course, we had to take some equipment from Robotmea, but we had the infrastructure to implement that. For example, we had the systems, the laptops, the required stuff, whatever the resources, physical resources were required. We were already ready to accept this program. And when we launched it, the response was tremendous. As far as if we talk about entrepreneurship, definitely when the children are making the things with their own hands using the latest technology, of course they are learning a lot. They are learning to critically think, to solve the problems, to collaborate, the teamwork, and of course, in running a business, all these skills are very much required. And when they are equipped with the latest technological methods, definitely they are becoming the future entrepreneurs. And
Exactly.
by the way, they start making few small things. They start from there, and I have seen in my middle section, girls were doing wonders, and some of them they applied certain knowledge at home also to develop few things for their home. So that is really amazing, and I'm sure that these children are much ahead of us, and they would be successful entrepreneurs, because actually the whole industry is linked with technology now. So that is the
Yes.
concept of fourth industrial revolution. So
Exactly.
once the children are properly equipped, only then they would be able to deliver in that, they would be able to be a part of that industry. Otherwise, they
Yes.
would be left behind.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. That would be a quite wonderful observation. And as I previously mentioned, that it always gives me pleasure when I'm around the people like you who are working effortlessly for the real transformation of our youth. Ma'am, as we all know that Pakistan is a country of youth, and if our young lads are properly trained and prepared, so they will be a great asset in making Pakistan an invention-driven economy. And for that, entrepreneurial mindset is the most important thing. So my next question is regarding that does STEAM education only plays role in strengthening child technical skills, or it also enhances child soft skills?
No, 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 no. That's as I just said, that while doing the experiment, children are sitting together, they group together. The um, the tasks are assigned to different students. Different tasks are assigned, and they have to develop something together. So
Yes.
if they have to do this, they are learning how to manage the conflict, how to overcome their reactions, how to develop the collaboration among the team members, how to get other people convinced also. So there
Exactly.
are, and they bring their own creativity to make that certain model, and through their own innovation and creativity, they are, they would be able to present something, because until and unless they do not make something, they do not develop something as a team, their work is not accepted as an individual. It will be accepted only once that model that the team has prepared is presented. So definitely it develops their soft skills a lot, and it adds to their personal grooming also, that how to behave in certain set of situation, how to get into an argument with somebody, and how to persuade somebody. So it's very important. And then it makes them realize also that uh, as an individual, yes, we have a lot of potential, but we have to collaborate if we want to be successful in life.
Very well said, ma'am. And Catherine Fulton states that the teacher who understands STEAM well can design learning more powerful and enjoyable. So, do you agree with this, that teacher training is the key factor in implementing STEAM education?
Absolutely true. Actually, this again, I would go to fourth industrial revolution thing. It actually forces your teachers, to come out of their comfort zone, to bring innovation and creativity in their classrooms, and that would lead to personalized, learning for other students. If the teacher is unable to do that, of course, the spirit of STEAM cannot come into action, and the required model cannot be produced then. So the teacher has to develop certain strategies through innovation and creativity, taking help from the curriculum that is being provided and the website, and through some other through some exploration on her own part as well. And then she would be able to play the role which is required of her now. Her role is changed now, and she is familiar with the STEAM more, because STEAM brings fun into learning. It brings fun. It brings joy to the students, and it brings at the end sense of achievement. That becomes then motivation for the upcoming tasks. So a teacher has to now ensure all these requirements, that she has to develop motivation among the students. She has to make them celebrate. She has to be a part of the team with them. Only then they will be able to produce the required results, not otherwise. So of course, a teacher's understanding of STEAM is very important. And for that, teacher training has to be ensured, because our teachers, we are not trained for these new things in the market. So we believing in professional development, we are trying to give them the due courses. We are providing them with the platforms where they are learning, and then they have to first unlearn and then relearn. Only then they would be able to cope. Otherwise, they would also be left behind.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly. I agree. Totally agree. And ma'am, that's wonderful. Now I'm getting even more excited to visit your school and see those young aspirants, what they are doing wonders in your Discovery and Innovation Labs.
You are most welcome, Ali, anytime.
Thank you so much.
Bring the team along also.
Sure, ma'am. For sure, we will visit your school. Okay, ma'am. Let's have a quick review that how you see change in your students after adopting this integration model.
Well, for example, I would just say that since in this STEAM, it's not just one subject, it is an integrated curriculum where science, technology, and art and engineering all are there, and mathematics all are there. So there are very interesting incidents that are happening in the classrooms. But I'll just quote a couple of them. That in one of the groups, the children, I'm talking about the students, they've started talking about it, that after their experimentation and after their lab of robotics, they were talking among themselves, and one student was of the view that I have learned more art, and the other one was insistent, no, I have learned more mathematics. So there was this debate going on, and actually it happened, and it reached to the children went then to the teacher, and they said that I think that I have learned art more, and the other one was like she's insisting that she learned mathematics, and the teacher asked, okay, you just prove yourselves, and then the the things they told, actually those we were surprised to hear that mathematical concepts which they were studying in the classroom, that linked with this robotics, and both the children were correct at their own places. So the teacher then announced that, well, you both are the winners. So your interest was more in arts, so you just focused on that more, and the other child was more into mathematics. So she is celebrating her success as a man. She has started dreaming of becoming a mathematician in future. So this is really a change that they have
Yes.
started linking different subjects, and by connecting those dots which the teachers were doing but the children were unaware of, actually now they are getting familiar with it, and they are getting used to it. And of course, once they start making these connections, the concept of integrated curriculum, that
Exactly.
is brought forward, and it means that practically now our children are really learning.
Yes, ma'am. Very well said. The students are now linking their surroundings with their subjects, and now they
Yes.
get a proper direction from the very earlier age. That would be very beneficial for their careers in the future, inshallah. So, ma'am, what's your advice? What advice would you recommend to your fellow school principals and leaders?
Well, in Pakistan, of course, I would just, before giving any advice to anybody, I'm myself an infant, but in the field, I suppose. But I would just like to mention here that our organization sent us on a visit to Finland, and we have seen the technological advancement over there. But at the same time, we have visited different schools. At the same time, we have visited their different labs, and we have visited their industry also. So their universities and their industry. During that visit, I learned that it is a common thing over there to find a problem and solving it, instead of just going for rote learning, and instead of just filling the minds with the concepts that already exist. They challenge their students, and they challenge in the same manner as now, alhamdulillah, I can say that at present at least we are challenging our students. So, and then students come with the solutions. For the as for there is not much, there is it requires only the right direction and the right package and the right resources to do that. It's not, and for that you need experts around you. So I would request the principals and the heads of other schools also that please try to equip your children with what is for them, instead of keep them at a pace where we were in back in our ages. So it is extremely important that we need to focus on their future and not ours past, because basically what is happening, we are not coming out of that zone that where, okay, I know everything concept is no more.
Yes.
So equip your students with the right tools so that they become successful in their future, and they link their knowledge with the practical aspects and with the daily life, which is which is ready to give them big challenge when they would go out of the school. So inside the school, we provide them with the equipment that they get ready to face those 21st century challenges outside the school premises as well, and get them connected with the technology as maximum as possible, because that is the future. And by the way, the students, they know more about technological advancements
That-
than us. We are learning from our children. So we should provide them with the platforms where they could, learn better, and where they could implement their own creativity. They could implement their own ideas.
Exactly, ma'am. As rightly said, we need to focus on this agility factor that we have, that the things we had learned and the gray areas we had, we have to unlearn those things. Then we learn new things which are more beneficial for our future generations. We have to break that comfort zone and we should move towards the growing zone. So my next question is, ma'am, what's your advice for our youth of Pakistan?
Well, as far as the youth is concerned, they are the future of Pakistan. They are the torch bearers for the upcoming, for the next generations. They must strive hard to achieve more and more. They must set goals for themselves and then try to achieve those step by step, going through the failures. Failure is nothing. It is just a step towards success. And they must strive to keep a balance between their comfort, between their luxuries, and the work. That work and entertainment balance is very much required for the youth, because with the technological advancements, yes, I must say that now everybody has cell phone in his hand, and sometimes that can be fatal also. Please take good care of yourselves and use the gadgets just for the positive things, and instead of just misusing them. So that is the advice, that please keep the focus on your goals, because otherwise you will be swayed away.
Very well said, ma'am. And I have always known, ma'am, that I can count on you to show up and share your wonderful experiences with us. And thank you so much for proving me right. And I must say that our today's session is really engaging, educative, and fulfilling because of your presence. And this lecture certainly benefited from breadth of your knowledge and the depth of expertise. So thank you so much for coming through for us. And we are really grateful to you for giving us your precious time and share your experiences with us. And in the last, I just wanted to say that as we all know that the world is ever changing and becoming increasingly complex, so we have to prepare our youth to make well use of knowledge and skills to solve the problems. So they should know how to collect and assess data to make decisions. As we all know that modern problems require modern solution, so we can enhance the skills of our youth through STEAM education and let their minds do the work. So through this combination of blending and STEAM education, we can inspire kids through tentative learning, where they will be free to create, fail, try, and reinvent. Through this process, we can empower and promote the development of creativity and critical thinking, and enhance problem-solving skills. So this is all from our today's session, and I hope you all have learned a lot from Miss Sofia Qadir, including me, ma'am. And thank you so much for your precious time. See you in the next session, inshallah. Stay tuned. Assalamu alaikum.
Allah Hafiz. Thank you.